This meeting is being recorded. We're so excited for today. My name is Julianne.
All right.
Welcome to our Tuesday call. And we gather on Zoom every Tuesdays, Utah, 7 o'clock my time. And our guest here with Karen and Donna, we're on Utah time as well. But we have a lot of business brand partners as well as new potential customers on our call on California time as well. We actually have everybody, nationally as well as internationally. And especially today, we have a special guest. So, we're going to go ahead and get right started. But you know what, before we do, just to let you guys know, Donna and Karen, they're absolutely amazing. This is exciting. Today is very exciting. Okay, so Karen, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave this to you. I'm gonna leave to you to introduce yourself and why we have Donna, your mother, here today. Okay, so Karen.
Okay, yes. So my mother moved here to Cedar City with me in November, and in December she ended up in the hospital. She was so weak when I came over and checked on her, and by the time we got to the emergency room, in order to hear and understand anything she was saying, I had to have my ear right next to her mouth because it was just the faintest whisper. Her energy was just completely drained. At that time, so she had been doing patches before, but during the move, we were kind of out of patches, so we were trying to scrimp by until we got her some more patches. But anyway, something hit. I don't know exactly what it was. When she went into the hospital, they said that it looked like a COVID pneumonia on the CT scan, but she tested negative for COVID, and her COVID antibodies were always normal. She was negative for that. She never coughed. She never coughed at all during that whole time, but she was just extremely weak. You remember that, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and while she was in the hospital, something happened and she got much worse. So it looked like she'd had a stroke or something. She would be so stiff and her hands would be curled and she would be shaking. And there was one point when she looked at me and she asked me who I was, which, that was just that was extremely devastating.
And I was having horrible hallucinations.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But while she was in the hospital, we did start patching and patched the whole time through. I used 2 sets of energy enhancers on her to help with their energy, and the staff would notice that, after I came and put on patches, then she would seem to perk up and do better. We'd go for a walk down the hall and she seemed like she would be doing better. But then things kind of deteriorated, and they decided that it was time to just send her home on hospice and wait for her to die.
Wow.
I didn't have a reason why it was almost like a Parkinson's-like thing. It was almost like a stroke thing, but everything was normal on the CT scan, everything. There wasn't any rhyme or reason to exactly what was going on. So nobody knew how to fix it. They just kind of figured, it was her time to go. But I knew, my mom had told me before she came here that she was supposed to be here for a long time. Because that's what her guide was telling her. and so I knew I was hoping that she was supposed to be here, but I had my doubts. Around December 16th, she got to the point I couldn't even feed her. It was very scary because I would put food in her mouth. She didn't even know what to do with it. It just came right out of her mouth. And I knew that if I did not get fluids into her, that she was just going to die. I wouldn't have enough time to do anything to help her. And so we were staying at my Aunt Joanne's at the time, and my Uncle Dell And I rushed off to the only place that was open, Walmart, their pharmacy, and got a syringe. And I just drew up milk with a syringe. We laid her down, and I was just shoving fluids into her. Luckily, she just still had a little bit of a swallow reflex. She did choke a couple of times, but we were able to get fluids down her. But her mind was just not there. She was not thinking.
I don't remember any of that.
Right. But we started using the brain balance protocol, and it was interesting in the hospital when I tried to patch her with the Aeon patch, she would resist me and start shaking horribly and tell me, no, stay away from, you know, that I wasn't to use the Aeon patch on her. And we found out that I guess that's the most powerful patch in the group, and I think at that time she was just too weak for it. Later, as she started improving, she let me put that on. But so we use the carnosine patches. So the brain protocol is carnosine here, carnosine here, carnosine in the back, and then on top we would stack glutathione, carnosine, and Aeon. And by Christmas, she started improving. And that's when that's the video, the first picture. Yeah, the video that I sent you was Christmas, and that was actually her improving.
Wow.
Are you able to show that?
We
the
are.
video?
Yeah, Nikki.
Okay.
Nikki, can you show us the video, her before video? Wow.
Actually, it's not too bad. Can you say hello, Mom? Can you hold up your head, Mom? Okay.
So you can see, you know, she says, hello, Mom. She's not even processing what I'm saying to her.
Wow.
And to try to get her up and about, everything was just a chore. Everything was just a labor. But we've been using the stem cell patches. We've been using all of the patches pretty much on a regular basis, and especially using the stem cell and the X49 to try to help build up her muscle strength and tone, and doing the patches. In fact, so we've been doing Larry's suggestion and kind of putting patches on kind of like a turban-like thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that she could wear once in a while. And I noticed that once she was strong enough that we were able to take her back home, but her mind just was still struggling a little bit. But the more she would do that, I came in one day, because she lives in a separate apartment from me. I came in one day and she said, oh, I found out that I did your Druidic astrology all wrong. And here, I've updated it, and I've updated Jerry's and my husband, and updated your son's. And that was kind of impressive to me. And she's been, last night, tell me you were
Oh, I was doing Chinese
astrology. So she's a certified astrologer, and so she's looked at Hindu astrology and all of these different things, and she just gets so absorbed. And if you've ever looked into astrology, there's a lot of intense little signs and symbols and numbers, and anyways, it's pretty intense. I get lost doing it, but she's able to look at these things and figure them out, which is pretty impressive. And she's been slowly building up her strength too, to the point where, if you want to show the next video, we just did this recently.
I know, we have 2 videos to show.
No. So yeah, for her to do,
by the way, very cute outfit.
And a possibility at all.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa. My heart's beating just watching this.
Yeah, the amount of coordination it takes to do something like this, and balance and strength to pull yourself up. This would have been just a complete impossibility back in December. And the fact, and the cognitive function, the strategizing that she has to do to be able to perform this task.
Yeah.
Ooh! Oh, that was fantastic. Okay. Okay, we're gonna show the other video too.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is harder. We're getting many hearts, thumbs ups,
Yay.
woohoos.
But yeah, so you can see she has come a very, very long way. And I know that we had a lot of prayers out there. We were doing every trick in the book. We were working on nutrition, but I really think that the patches played a huge role in helping her to be able to make the progress that she has. I wouldn't like to replay all those events without the patches. Let's put it that way.
Oh, for sure.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
What was she saying over there?
She was saying she was done. She was coming back down. She'd gone high enough.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh my gosh. How did you feel when you saw Donna doing that?
Well, thrilled, yeah, because it's amazing to see her journey, and it's amazing it's amazing for me to see her confidence building in the things that she can do for herself too. So
Wow, that's so awesome. You know what? Did we mention how young she is?
she is 84. Yeah.
That's so amazing. And you know what, Karen, real quick though, what is it that you do?
What is it that I do?
Uh-huh. Because you obviously took amazing care of Donna, right? Your mom. But yeah, that's also because you're in health and wellness.
Oh yeah, so I'm a nurse practitioner, but if I would have relied on Western medicine, she would be dead by now.
I would be dead.
Yeah. Fortunately, I'm one of those nurse practitioners who loves to look at a lot of alternative things.
Yes.
Because sometimes you really need to look outside the box.
Yep, we certainly do. We really do. So how do you feel as a daughter to be able to do this for your mom?
Like I'm fulfilling my calling, like I need to be here, and I'm glad that I'm glad that she ended up here when all of this happened, so that I could be able to help her the way she needed to be helped.
Donna, how do you feel?
Well, it's been an interesting journey. I didn't realize till a few days ago that I was on hospice, and I don't remember some of those things. But I I felt like I was when I went on those on the thing going up,
The
on
little
that
spider web.
equipment, yeah. And the other, I felt like an athlete who's under training only, and you can't do it unless somebody is telling you you're doing great, keep doing it, and gets all excited because you could, I mean, Karen would come and say, we're going over on the, and I'd say, what?
Was Karen a tough coach?
Yes, today we're going.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Gosh, what?
Afterwards, I felt like, well, I just felt better and better about myself. And like, well, I keep learning. I learned from Karen, I think, and she's always getting me involved in something.
You're always getting me involved in something, so it's
Yeah.
That's so amazing. Do you remember at all, like, the whole process of, from where you were to that one day where you just woke up? Do you remember any of that at all?
Till well, I was still, I knew I was bad off and I had fears and I wasn't moving very good. And Karen also, we were doing the patches, but we were also, like, one thing I really appreciate with LifeWave is that you also talk about other things, like you can undo what you're doing if you do all these things that are against
harmful
it
to your
and
body.
harmful.
Yeah.
And so I realized some of my thinking, I would focus on, I'm alone, I can't, and bring up all these fears. And I didn't realize how strong that was inside of me. And I've come to realize more and more. And I appreciate where I am and the people all around who I'd like to patch up.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
In fact, we should mention, so back in 2019, before we started on the patches, I had to go to, I had to choose a medical conference, and my mom was living in Albuquerque, New Mexico at the time. And so I picked one that was in that area so that we could hang out together. And so when we were sharing a room, I was very embarrassed with how many times I would have to get up during the night to pee. Just over and over again, I would have to get up to pee. I only felt better that my mom had to get up more than I did. But it was, I mean, I know that that is not a sign of youth to have to be getting up, 5 times to pee at night. That's just not normal.
Uh-huh.
And then she got her bladder repaired. But no, that was after you had your bladder repaired.
Right.
That was after she had her bladder repaired. She was getting up over and over and over again during the night to pee, and so was I. And I knew I wasn't sleeping well, and that's why I actually started doing the patches in the first place. Because I heard about the Silent Night patch and was interested in that, and both of us noticed with that patch right away that really did improve our sleep. And as time has gone on, I mean, how many times do you normally get up to pee now?
You shouldn't ask that.
Well, I know it had improved a lot. It may have gotten worse, but I usually, I mean, I drink a lot before bedtime. So, but I get up at once, but it's a huge improvement from what it was.
I do get right back to sleep, but it's about, and sometimes, let's see, I use Nirvana a lot at night because something was said about how good it is for pain. And I've been a little, I think I had used the silent night.
Oh, the silent night.
Silent night. But I'm afraid if I use the silent night and sleep too good, I might not make it to the bathroom.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Oh, well, I don't know if that's a good problem to have or not anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
Your ice wave in your finger.
Oh, I used to garden a lot and pull up weeds, and I pulled my fingers out of joint.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, I just grab them. I did a lot of dumb things in my life. I used to do ceramics. I made my own bowls. I had my own kilns. I did porcelain, all kinds.
And then meanwhile, causing COPD for her lungs.
I never wore a mask.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I'm paying. But let's see. So what was?
So didn't you tell me that your trigger finger had gotten better with the ice wave? Was it your trigger finger?
Oh, I've done different things. Like last night, one finger was sore, and so I would put on, I put on ice wave. I'll also put on, I guess it was the ice wave I was doing, and doing both hands. When Karen tries to use the oximeter on my hands, they don't have a lot of feeling, all of them. I really messed them up.
But but yeah, but
now
you're
you can feel it.
a lot better though.
Yeah,
That's so awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, Donna. Karen?
Yeah, and then one of the things that I enjoy a lot about the stem cell patches is a few months I noticed, because we were just into COVID and we were all starting to use telemedicine, and it bothered me when I would see myself on the camera and see how thin, and I could feel, and it was like this tissue under my eye was getting thin. And well, I'm 56 years old now, so I mean, you know, you got to think about aging and stuff like that. But I noticed that only after a few months of using the stem cell patches, that padding was getting thicker, which was, it's a really cool thing.
Oh, also my hair is coming in darker.
So so I wonder if you can turn around a little bit more, if they can see the lights on that side. Probably not. You probably can't see from here, but she's got a lot of dark hairs now.
Oh, wow. No, we could see it.
Yeah, they used to
are dark.
White.
Wow.
And so that's been kind of fun.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, but you know what, Karen? To finish off, I want to hear about your dream again.
Oh,
okay. Dream.
Sure. Yeah. So I had this dream where I was in a valley and I was looking up, and it was a kind of a cliff, And there were these 3 doors coming out of the cliff, and one was just this gorgeous ornate door. And I wanted to get up to it, and instantly I was up, and I went inside. So I went right inside the mountain, and there was this long hallway down to a cafeteria, and then there was a bunch of people sitting down eating. And in this cafeteria, there was just light, all this sunshine, this light that was flooding through, even though we were inside of this mountain. And what I got was that when I thought about what the interpretation was of this dream, I got that this was LifeWave. This was that light energy, and that it was that this is just a gift from the divine, and that the people down in the valley below that don't have this kind of information and have this kind of technology are not protected, and that we need to share it with as many people as we can, because this is the people in this group that were enjoying this light energy. We're just so happy and like a family, and it was really cool. Anyway.
Was that team Continuum?
Yeah.
Okay. Gosh, thank you so much for joining us today. There were so many people that were really excited. They even sent us messages asking us to record it, make sure that it's available for the rest of us. And, you know, we even have doctors in our team. They couldn't make it. The ones that couldn't make it, as I make sure you record it. So we got a lot of requests, to make sure that you and Mom, Mama Donna, was available to be viewed again after. So thank you so much for sharing your incredible story. I'm sure you're an inspiration for a lot of people that are here today. We have people like right now, I think that not just nationally, but we have, people watching in from international, and we're also live right now. So I'm sure there's a lot of viewers, outside of even, who's joined us here today, that's watching you, and that's been really inspired, and I'm sure have a lot of questions. But and of course we'll be able to have all those questioning available. So everybody that's watching, and if you haven't started LifeWave Patches yet, Karen, what is your phone number?
435-590-6390. But if you were referred here by somebody, be sure and get back with the person who referred you. But yes, I'm happy to talk to anybody. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So just like Karen said, if you were referred to, to our channel today by someone, please go back to that person. But if you're here and you don't have anybody that's that you can work with, then feel free to go ahead and reach out to Karen. But regardless, she's always been very, very generous with her time and her knowledge. So we are very, very fortunate as Team Continuum, very fortunate to have somebody like Karen and her mom, having this amazing, not just an incredible experience with the patches that Karen has, but to have this so close to heart with her mom is just really, it's unbelievable and absolutely amazing. And there's really no words to describe how you probably feel about having to have saved your mom from that horrible, horrible situation. And
no, I don't know me that saved her, but
well, I'm pretty sure all the viewers here is thinking that you are the one that saved her. And of course, you know what? LifeWave had a lot to do with it, but it was your passion and your love for her, that got you to do this, even using LifeWave Patches. So imagine if you didn't have that love and passion for her to be better, to use everything, including LifeWave. I mean, I hate to even think that where she possibly could have been. Okay. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us today. And you can go ahead and turn off your video now. And I'm going to go ahead and share a PowerPoint on more information on how you can get started with what we have. Thank you so much, Karen. Okay. All right. Ooh, where am I? I know I had some PowerPoints here. Where did it go? Give me a sec. Isn't this amazing, guys? I love hearing stories about, especially parents And me personally, I've been, really sad about not having the opportunity to use this for my mom, even though I've been with LifeWave, oh my gosh, 10 and a half years. 10 and a half years. And you know what? December is a time where I guess so many people can get affected because my mom passed away in December. My mom passed away in December of, my goodness, this was 2012 that where I discovered LifeWave. So I guess it was December 2011 is when my mom passed away. So, and I never had the opportunity. So my heart goes to anybody, within our team who is able to help their parents. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right. All right, everybody. Ooh, give me a minute. It is going to start soon. Okay. Can you guys? Ooh, why is the PowerPoint not responding? Technology sometimes just trips you out, doesn't it? And it is tripping me out right now. Give me a sec. All right. Ooh, there we go. Welcome back, everybody. I am a mother of 3, and I have been with LifeWave since 2004, since 2012, but I've been in health and wellness since 2004. I am known as the Patch Angel. I have earned that name. And there's a lot of us within Team Continuum who is just as passionate about LifeWave and helping people as I am. So if you are here, there is not a mistake. And why LifeWave for me is because, as you can see, in 1994, when I'm about 23 at the time, I am young, thin, skinny, and then babies happened. So 2001, as you can see, I had gained a lot of weight. I went from size 0, 1, and 2, weighing 97 pounds, all the way to size 9, 132 pounds. That is not a healthy weight for me. Okay, it might not seem that much to a lot of you, to a lot of people, in fact, but it wasn't a good weight for me. So I got into raw grain, raw vegetarian. So as you can see, in 2006, I lost a lot of weight, and I was very, very happy until I started gaining weight again. This is how I know that eating healthy is very important, but it is not enough. Not enough. So as you can see, between me and Nikki, you know Nikki, right? Everybody, most people know Nikki. Nikki introduced it to me in 2012, and at first I thought, oh my goodness, come on, give me a break. What is this? You know, there's no way something like this can make a difference in somebody's life. Well, look at us after 4 years, 2016. Both of us look thinner, even on the face, and in 2022. I am maintaining my size 5'6". I gained a little bit, but my 5'6". And bottom line, I'm not trying to look and feel like a typical 51-year-old, okay? So that's what I'm going for, not looking like a typical 51-year-old. So LifeWave disclaimer, we are not a medical company. We are not a medical product. We are here to just support and remind you that your body has the natural ability to heal itself. And so if you're under the care of a doctor, then you need to, and you feel the need to ask permission to use our patches and our health technology, please go ahead and do so. But let us please remind you that it is you and you only that has the power to heal yourself. So what is LifeWave? LifeWave is an incredibly amazing company that was started out by David Schmidt. And David Schmidt is the inventor and the CEO of the company. So this company is not going anywhere. Okay. All the technology has been patented. It is made in the US. The company was started in 2004. The technology was actually invented in year 2000, and we're in 2022. Is 22 years that David has been working this. And you know what? You see this picture of David? I kid you not. He still looks like this. Okay, 22 years later, he still looks like this. So does our technology work? Absolutely. Honestly, one of my pet peeves is when the owner and the presidents of a health and wellness company does not represent the products that they are selling. But David, I tell you, he certainly does not look his age either, and he still looks this young. So he is an amazing representation of his company. So how does it work? It works with a phototherapy technology, which means that our body already emits heat in a form of infrared light, right? So our LifeWave patches are designed to trap that infrared energy, our body heat, and reflect it back into our body. So this process stimulates specific points like meridian points in the body and within our skin, which signals our body to produce healthy benefits that's very, very unique to each of our patches. So what's in the patches? Amino acids, sugar, water, electrolytes, and oxygen. There is no toxins, no chemicals in our patches whatsoever. It is completely non-invasive. Nothing enters the body. Okay, nothing enters the body, no drugs, no chemicals, and therefore no side effects, right? Side effects to me is when your body is taking something in and it doesn't agree with you. And if your body doesn't agree with whatever you're putting into the system, it's going to reject it and thereby causing side effects. Whatever is happening with our patches, because nothing is entering the body, personally, I think it's a side benefit. Sometimes it might not feel like it's a side benefit, but it actually is, okay? And non-transdermal means nothing enters the body. So 20 years of history, and our LifeWave is the only health technology that, well, okay, not only, I guess I'm lying with that one. Well, our health technology, LifeWave technology is a very, very, very effective health technology that enhances our self-healing ability to self-heal. So the first generation actually started in the year 2000 with the energy enhancer. Between 2000 and 2007, David was focused on improving the quality of our lives. Okay, so what improves quality of our life? More energy. If we have less pain, better sleep, quality sleep. For men, Silent Night is a very powerful, powerful patch for, especially for men, because melatonin is a very powerful antioxidant for men's prostate health. Okay, and then the next stage of our company was anti-aging. David was all about, hey, looking young, feeling young. Of course, that's why he went through the whole glutathione process. Glutathione naturally detoxes our body, but with our patch, we could increase production by 300% within 24 hours. So it detoxes our body, supports our immune system. So we got to be healthy in order for us to be happy and also to regenerate, right? And then our cells has to heal. Our body has to reduce stress and inflammation and hormone balance. It's huge. SP6 is for a hormone balance. And Alavida, Alavida is collagen production, guys. There's companies out there that promotes collagen production. Well, we have a patch, not just a patch, not even just a patch, but also daytime, nighttime serum on our face that we can put on. Absolutely amazing, even for wound healing too. And Nirvana. Donna mentioned Nirvana. It reduces pain as well as giving us that happy energy, because Nirvana increases endorphin, and endorphin is well known, very well known happy hormones, right? So, but when you're that happy, I guess it reduces pain too. But it actually is, endorphin is known to be more powerful than morphine to reduce pain by up to 65 times more. And now we're in the process of longevity. That is the third generation since 2019 that David had been working on with X39 and X49, which are the stem cell patches. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about the X39, X49, the stem cell, okay? And I know we heard a lot of testimonies, incredible testimony with Donna and Karen, but we actually have more. This gentleman, 63 years young, look how fast he healed after he hit his head on the corner table. And this, amazing, absolutely amazing. This hand, car accident, you know that hand was never going to be used again, right? Or, you know, not effectively anyway. But 63 days later, you can't even see any scars. If you can't see it on the outside, more than likely, there's not going to be any scar tissues on the inside either. So in this particular case, only 2 weeks later, surgical scar, only after 2 weeks. And anti-aging, folks, I don't care how long it takes me for me to not look my age. In this particular case, 19 months later, she looks, what, at least 10 years younger? And she's 19 months older, but she looks 10, 15 years younger. I'm right here. I'm never going to stop using the patches. So what are stem cells? Stem cells is actually our body's raw material. It's raw material that serves as our repair system within the body. And it has the potential to turn into any types of cells, you know, within the body during growth and development. And as we grow older, it depletes in production. And, you know, and it's supposed to, you know, become the cells that's deteriorating and convert into the cells that's deteriorating. But again, if you're, you know, if you're not producing younger and healthier stem cells, your body's just going to grow older. And then on top of that, if you're not producing what you're supposed to, you're certainly not going to be growing younger. So there is options. There's options. But one of the most popular ones is actually cell injection, okay, stem cell injection. But I think we already know somebody who has got stem cell injections. Do we know how much they paid? They paid a lot of money, I bet you. There was a client that actually walked in and they were gonna pay $3,200 for her dog. For her dog, she must really love her dog. And but it was actually injected through a chiropractor. I'm not so sure about that. And if you are a chiropractor and that's doing the stem cell injections, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to, you know, give you any on that, but I don't know. I don't know about that. Anywho, so it can be very expensive. And there was somebody else that actually spent $8,000. And I asked them, oh, so how did it work for you? Well, his back was better, but his knee wasn't. I asked him, was there any guarantees on that? Well, he actually said, no, there wasn't any guarantees. I said, oh, so you actually can't get your money back even though it didn't work on your knee? The answer was a no. It was $8,000 with no guarantee. Do you guys have $8,000 that you can just whoop out of your pocket for anything, even if there wasn't stem cell? Not really. A lot of people have to save up for that for a very long time. But here this guy was, he spent $8,000. And because it is so expensive, not everybody can afford it, right? It's not available to everyone. And there is risks associated with it. It works only about a third of the time, you know, and it 1/3 of the time, nothing, it happens, does nothing. And then 1/3 of the time, it could actually have irreparable, irreversible side effects. And honestly, I don't know if the doctors and the clinics that are doing this therapy actually talks about that. So if they do, great. But from what I understand, there's actually quite a few of them that doesn't talk about it at all. And it's an injection. It's an injection. So do you really know what they're injecting into you? Your body could easily reject it because it doesn't agree with your natural, you know, body's ability. So that might be the reason why it's not working for you. And you know, outcome is always it's not always achieved, which means there's absolutely no guarantees. So if there was something that was better, okay, that was that guarantee to help your body regenerate your own cells, what would that mean for you? What would that mean for your loved one, like Karen and Donna? If you know, my mom was still alive, you know, I would be patching her every day, and I would be pretty upset if she refused to patch herself. But in any case, it would mean quite a bit for me to be able to say, you know what, I have an option for you, mom, and something so simple and easily, you know, usable. So at this point in time, I want to introduce to you the the future of the stem cell technology with X39, which is the only product right now and health technology right now that can activate your own younger and healthier stem cell production. Okay, so what does it do? It actually elevates our copper peptide. And our copper peptide is actually underneath our skin. So wherever you put it, it actually stimulates your whole body's copper peptide system to produce younger and healthier stem cell. And this copper peptide is very, very well known within the beauty industry. Okay, that's what they're trying to do to try to reset so that you have a younger skin. So it resets the genes within the body to a younger, healthier you. Isn't that absolutely incredible, amazing? I mean, I know this is some sci-fi stuff, right? I'm sure you probably heard it in the movie somewhere as they're making it happen. They don't tell you how it happens, but it actually happens. Well, here it is right now with our X39 patch. So the benefits of being a younger and healthier you is rapid pain relief, reducing of the inflammation, supporting wound healing, energy, more vitality, and mental clarity. If exercisers, okay, those of you that like to exercise, how would you like to be able to recover much, much faster and build your muscles much, much faster too? And of course, the nice side benefit is younger and healthier skin. So, but does some of these benefits actually sound familiar to you? All the patches that I described earlier, the first, second generations, yeah, we have patches for that too. However, X39 is our base foundation patch. If somebody said, you know what, I want to go ahead and get started with one patch, what would it be? X39. But if they need something a little bit more extra, then we have all the other patches to support X39's effectiveness, even increasing it much higher, as well as X39 increasing the effectiveness of all the other patches. So our patches work really, really well together, okay, and goes really, really well together. So the big question for you at this point in time is, can you put on a Band-Aid? Guess what? If you know how to put on a Band-Aid, you already know how to use our patches. So at this point, I'm sure you're asking the question, okay, Jules, stop talking. I want to know, how can I try these incredible, non-invasive, non-drug, non-chemical, with no side effect, with 30-day supply guarantee to work, or your money back? How can you get started? Well, there's three ways. There's three ways to establish an account. One of them is to just be a retail customer. We have no problem with our retail customers. We love you as much as our brand partners, okay? And if you want that 30-day money-back guarantee, you can go ahead and spend $150 only. That's less than a cup of coffee a day, guys. Okay, less than a cup of coffee a day for you to look and feel like you did in those pictures, okay? Those pictures are very common results. You are not going to be one of those, one of those anomalies where it's not going to work for you. And by all means, if it doesn't work for you, you can go ahead and return it, get your money back. We actually challenge you to prove us wrong. That's how much of a confidence we have within our product. Now, after 30 days of trying it out and deciding that, oh, I really want to continue using this, you can be our customer. You can be our preferred customer. And that only takes $22 of one-time membership fee, and you get a deep discount and only pay $100. That's less than McDonald's cup of coffee a day, is it? Okay. Now, however, if you feel, oh, I got so many people in my life that needs this, including myself, and you want to become a brand partner, hello, we have a package for that. So you're only paying still at that point, $100, just like the preferred customer. But now you have the ability to earn that extra income. Who is affected by the inflation? Okay, inflation that supposedly doesn't exist. There's a lot of things, a lot of costs that went up, right? Mortgage, apartment rent fees, gas, cost of banana went up, everything went up. I think, oh gosh, I should have actually done a little research and more research to get the numbers down right. But I believe the inflation right now is up by like 8.5%. But the cost of your market, okay, when you go to the market to buy your household items and food went up by like 20 to 25%. You know what? A friend of mine told me the other day, there's about 40% of children that cannot afford back to school items. This was just shared with me just the other day. That's just a few $100s. Okay, few hundred. What would this few $100s make a difference in your life and somebody else's life? It could be huge for somebody. Okay, it's more groceries, it's a money in the retirement, it's back to school backpack items for your children, clothes. I can't even imagine not being able to afford pencils and markers for my kids. That would just kill me. But there's also benefits to being a brand partner, benefits to being having a business, okay, having a very good business. Now, few things that for you to consider is, are we going to have a competition? If Costco has our product, forget it. I'll be the first one to say get out. Okay, but nobody is our competition. We have absolutely no competition in our health technology whatsoever, and it's been patented. And we don't have to carry our inventory. Well, except me. I sign up a lot of people, so I do carry some inventory, but nobody else I know carries inventory, guys. Okay, and look how simple it is. Look at that. I forgot to show you. All right. And so there's no inventory. You don't have to carry a garage full of stuff because nobody's buying, or you have to buy in order to stay in business. I can tell you right now, there's hardly anybody out here in Utah within my neighborhood that has extras, because they're all using it, okay, because it's good for them. And we don't have to worry about the delivery because the company does it for us. All we have to do is go into the website, place the order for them, and boom, it goes out. And immediate profit. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to see the profit, how the commission that you've earned in your back office, and there's incredible tax benefits. Can I tell you, my gas is a write-off. My office is a write-off. My phone is a write-off. Of course, you're going to have to talk to your accountant about this, but there's a lot of tax benefits. And everybody is my prospective customers, my family, my friends, somebody walking down the street. In the beginning, everybody wants to stop a stranger walking down the street as they're hobbling down the street. But don't do that, guys. They're going to look creepy, so don't do that. And this is a part-time or full-time. Mine is full-time because I've been doing this for 10.5 years. But you could start out as a part-time and a spare time. This can be an anytime business. So, if you just need an extra $300-400, just make it a spare time. Just go in and share it with anybody and everybody that you come across, because you have the passion for it. If you have a servant heart, this is a perfect business for you. If you are one of those people who love to help people, this is a perfect opportunity and business for you and product for you, because most of the time, 8 out of 10 times, you'll be able to reduce any pain within minutes, changing their lives within minutes. Where else can you do this with any other technology or even product that's not going to, that doesn't enter your body or affect your body in any way or form whatsoever? Okay, so those of you that are thinking of business, there's 4 ways of earning income. The first is profits for retail sales. So as soon as somebody buys a patch from you for $150, you're making $50. And then there's a product introduction bonus. We have 5 different business packages, and it varies from $125 all the way to $1,600, and you earn anywhere from $15 to $500 depending on where you are. And then the third way of earning income is the binary bonus. This is where the residual income starts. All right. This and yes, you got to build a little bit. You got to build a little bit before you get. You got to qualify for this. You got to qualify for the residual income. But I tell you what, Once it kicks in, it's really, really sweet because now it gets to a point where you don't even know where the money's coming from. In my case, because I've been doing this for a while, about 95% of my commission and my income from LifeWave is on the residual. And that's why my job now is to support all of our team members to be successful, because if they don't win, I don't win. Okay, so this is one of those businesses where you have to help in order to be successful. So that's why we are here always 24/7, to help you, to be successful. And then there's also the matching bonus. So based on what your partners do, you actually get some matching income out of that. So if you want to learn more about the comp plan, we do explain a little bit more in details on the 4th Tuesdays at 7 o'clock California time, 7 o'clock. Normally we would be doing business call right at 7, but Donna and Karen, they were so amazing, so wonderful. I didn't want to stop them. I didn't want to cut them short. So I know you enjoyed it just as much as I did. So not only that, we have exclusive brand partner incentives. We take trips all over the world. And the next one is coming up is one of the Mexico islands, something. I'm sure you'll be able to find out very soon about it. I really should have known about it. But anyway, so we are going away, very soon, very soon in November-ish, I think. Yeah, we're going, and we're all going. We are all going. So if you want to join us, make sure you get in with us tonight. So how do you get started? Just like Karen said, if you're here because of an invitation through one of our brand partners, absolutely go back to them and ask them where to get started. Honestly, it doesn't matter where you get started, it's when you get started. And I highly recommend that you start tonight so that you can start changing people's lives, not just yours, but somebody else's life tonight. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us today. We are at the end of the hour. Business partners, stick around for 2 more minutes, and we're going to go ahead and get started with our distributor brand partner training. For our guest tonight, thank you so much for joining us. We highly like to recommend and please do invite whoever needs to hear this, whether it be on the business side or the product side. Anybody who's got health challenges, wanting to get out of taking meds and know that you can heal yourself naturally. We are here for you, and we are here for you again next week. So please be sure to invite them. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.